Alright, we're starting now. Alright. So, I am Gurgler, and welcome to the first episode of the Rev Says Desu anime review podcast. I'm here with Atago
Hello.
and Majormusicnerd.
Greetings.
Today we're going to be talking about Devil is a Part-Timer. I don't know what genre it really falls under. Do you guys?
For me, it's like isekai since they don't really die, but they do go into another world.
I mean, it's tagged as an isekai and a comedy, so yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's trying to be an isekai for the first 3 episodes, and it's just like, oh fuck it, we're gonna try and do something different. We're just gonna try and do a slice of life isekai. Let's do this.
Well, I think what was genius was, it was back before the big isekai craze, and the fact that it became a reverse isekai just like that.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. A lot of the characters were what really kept me attracted to the series. Like, not just the main character, but just like the side characters.
Yeah, I remember when I watched it when it came out, the guy who slacks off at home all the time, and games on the computer and buys stuff.
Yeah, Lucifer.
Yeah, I was like, I hate this guy. And now I'm watching it, and he's so much like me, it kind of hurts.
It's like the first time watching, it's like, oh, I don't really like this guy. It's like, you know what? Kind of has a point.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta just pull up the character list here because I forgot to pull that up earlier. But I do remember Chiho-chan being my favorite character for more than a couple reasons. Obviously, she was the fan service character for the series, and I don't think anyone was upset about that because she was obviously the best character in the whole series.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you also had Mao-sama, the main character, or just Mao, I guess, the actual devil, who lost a battle with Emilia, the light warrior, who basically cast him into the Earth Realm, or didn't cast him into the Earth Realm, but he sort of escaped the underworld, the other dimension, and went to the Earth Realm.
And he escaped with the best housewife.
Yeah. Can't ask for much better than that.
Nope.
It also apparently falls under fantasy, which I can see that where it would fall under fantasy, but
yeah.
Where is my character list? There it is. We have Emmy, Emiria. There's also Satan. Our 2 main characters. It was pretty great. Honestly, we had the knockoff McDonald's being McRonald.
A classic. Almost last stand up as like
classic.
McDonald's and
this series as a whole, I don't think stuck to me as much as a lot of other ones have that I've watched, but it was still one of my favorites. Mostly, I don't particularly like isekai as a whole as a genre, and I know people are gonna hate me for saying that, but I just don't like it. I think it's overdone now. I don't like it.
It's definitely overdone.
Yeah, really oversaturated.
But like, I watch it all because I'm isekai trash. But like, it's overdone. I know that it is. I hate that I watch it, but I watch it.
I'm trying to find who's. Oh yeah, Olba. He was a minor villain and kind of a dick to everybody. Orba, as they would call him. The rogue archbishop of Entaila, where they originally came from. temporarily joined forces with Lucifer, aka the NEAT of the series, to try and kill Lucifer, or not Lucifer, to kill Satan and Amelia. Just kind of interesting storyline there.
Dick.
I don't know much about what Orba was, what his deal was, but he was kind of an ass. What else? We also had the minor characters that also came from Entaila. We had Sariel and who else we had?
Emeralda. Although she didn't really come. She was just
Think
friends.
so. There was also, I think, one of my favorite recurring things was the landlady just being a pest, and just not nobody really cared for the landlady until they found out she was also from Entaila. That was something that kind of caught me off guard. I was kind of expecting it, but I was like, "There's not really a chance that that's gonna happen." And then we're like, "Oh, they went with it." All right. But it also caught me off guard that they didn't go anywhere else with it. They just sort of left it there. They were like, "Oh yeah, the landlady's also from this, other dimension fantasy world," and they were just like, "Yeah," and then they just left it. Like, they didn't do anything else with it.
Yeah,
It was-
also
Yeah.
the roommate, or not the roommate, but his neighbor.
oh yeah, Crestia.
Susanoo, yeah, Crestia. She just made food for him,
Yes, the heavy boxes of noodles. The Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah,
That
chief
that was a
interrogator.
I liked her background story. That was kind of cool. That's also kind of more how Orba ties into the rest of the characters. Is he was kind of her, like, or she was kind of Orba's apprentice at one point, I guess.
Hmm.
But then he went rogue, and then everybody sort of split from Entaila, and then she had to chase him down and kill him. And then everything went wrong. We also, I think, my favorite episode was the amusement park episode, not just because of the burgers, two big burgers, but because the haunted house was great. Just like the lighting and all that stuff in the haunted house was great, and there was just a lot of like side stories there too. Just like a lot of things that tie together, and you went from the monkey to the alligators to the. I guess alligators are also demonic creatures that can be controlled by Satan's mind powers. It's a whole bunch of things you can go through there. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think looking back, the episode that stuck out to me the most was during the whole fight with Lucifer and the earthquake, and he finally gets his demonic powers,
Oh yeah.
and he realizes he gets it through fear, but then he ends up not choosing to use them all the time, not ruling by fear.
He doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Because that's when you can kind of see as a character he's grown too. Like, we already figured that out, but like this really just puts it home. And for Amelia too, you know?
Yeah. And then I think one of the other funny things was I think Sariel as a character was just weird because he was just like was he I think he was supposed to be he was an angel, but he more acted like an archangel that was like cast out. Like, I don't know what his character was supposed to be modeled after, because I know all of the demons and all the angels are supposed to be modeled after like real biblical characters, but I don't know who he was supposed to be modeled after in terms of the Bible, because everything he did was like, oh yeah, I respect all of these people, and then immediately tries to murder an innocent child. It was very strange, um, but I was never able to sort of look into what he was based on or what was kind of going on there.
Oh, well, there's the answer.
Oh. He's modeled after an asshole. Thank you, actually.
That's a
Sariel's
very valid
modeled
argument.
after Sariel, the actual archangel, the archangel Sariel. There you go, Prince of God. Thank you, what is it, Mather, for linking that. Yes, a lot of stuff here. Oh, Sariel's briefly mentioned the conflict of Adam and Eve with Satan. Oh, huh.
What a guy.
What a guy. He's also dispatched by the Lord to talk to Jacob and explain to him what the ladder was about, Jacob's ladder. Okay, so sounds all right, but that really doesn't explain the whole "I'm gonna murder this innocent child" thing. I don't really follow the whole thing where they had that in there, but you can rewrite the characters in any way you want. It's an anime. You can do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You don't gotta follow the rules.
Change too drastically. Feel like where did this happen? Feel supposed to have a character.
Yeah. It's much like the what was it? Who was it? The angels from Gabriel Dropout, but much less violent in some way. I guess less magic. I don't know. I haven't watched Gabriel Dropout to make an accurate comparison. Atago, would you know how to make a comparison to those two in any way?
Well, and the fact that they're all girls, complete different. I would say that in the terms of the hero, her equivalent of Gabriel, she's way less. But there's not a lot of really similarities in that, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Between the two, there's not much.
Yeah. I guess just the biblical characters is what I was linking it to. I'm just reaching for thread at this point, but what else was there in this series? I'm trying to think of talking points, but I don't really have any. Do we have anything to discuss outside of the series that we want to talk about in terms of anime? Because we don't just have to stick to this. We also do have free room to talk about anything coming up, anything that we might want to talk about in terms of future, or what we might want to watch for the next week, if possible, I believe.
Anything airing this season that we're all watching?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I guess that's two. I'm seeing some stuff in here from from two of the people that are in here with us right now, from the opening and the ending, for covering the soundtrack for the anime, and then one of the fight scenes that was actually really well drawn out. Just not just the actual fight scene, but the plot for the fight scene. So the McDonald's and the Kentucky Fried Chicken fight. That was great in terms of plot. You had two knockoffs of, obviously Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's in Tokyo, sort of squaring off against each other in a battle of the century in both financial and biblical proportions, to see who was the true beholder of fast food capital in the city. And turns out McDonald's harvests the demon power and wins, unsurprisingly, because the Golden Arches are unstoppable.
Unholy burger and fries.
Unholy burger and fries. Absolutely. I think, and just you had like a bunch of characters crossing paths in that storyline, and you had the introduction of like the big bad guy as someone, it was kind of like it was kind of a plot twist. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It was a plot twist. I was not expecting it to be him. I was like, who's it gonna be? And it was Sariel, and I wasn't expecting it to be Sariel. And he showed up in a trench coat talking to Crestia, and I was like, who's this guy? A couple days later, he shows up at McDonald's, tries to hire Sato, and not Sato, Mao. I'm thinking of another isekai that is highly overhyped.
Sato Kazuma?
Yes, I confuse my characters. Yeah, I know, it's Mo Sato. Anyway, opening and ending. I actually haven't listened to those since I watched it, so I might have to mute myself for a second while I listen to those real quick.
I didn't find them
I like
greatly amazing. Like, they were just all right. There was an opening and an ending. I mean, they actually did have 3, maybe you could even say 4 alternate endings, because the opening didn't come in until episode 3, but it did play as an ending in episode 2.
Yep.
And, they had one opening that lasted episode 1, 3, and 4, and then 6 through 12. And that was, I don't know.
Now that I've seen the thumbnails, I remember exactly what the openings were. So the opening, it was just an over exaggerated amount of J-pop and electro, and I'm not a huge fan of that when it comes to openings, because it drives me insane when I have to listen to that for 16 episodes or 13 episodes, and they don't change it. Because sometimes they'll have 2 different openings halfway through the season. They'll switch it up. With this one, they just stuck with it, and it kind of was a little bit annoying because it was the same opening every time. Just like, and it made me want to blow my head off every time I watched a new episode.
I mean, as I said, the opening didn't actually start until episode 3, though. So for the first 2 episodes, you don't even hear it.
That's true, but still, the ending is good if you have a foot fetish. It's weird because usually you'll just watch the first 6 seconds and you'll want to start the next episode. The song is good. I usually am not watching it because it's just a fan service ending. I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat it. It's just fan service. Like it's it's weird. But I wasn't into it. I know a lot of people are. It's a thing, I guess.
I certainly wouldn't complain if a season 2 was to come out. And in fact, I think it would probably run better now because of the whole. Actually, it might run worse, actually, just because of the whole isekai craze. People are just going to be like, oh, it's another one.
Well,
Or people are going to
I'd
be
still
like,
rather
oh, it's
have
another one.
No Game, No Life season.
No Game No Life Season 2 is a mystery that probably will never exist, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Now, whenever I look up Mouse-sama, it does redirect me to something called Mouse-sama Retry, which leads me to believe that there is a spin-off of some sorts. I don't believe that that's it.
It's
That's a
not
completely
spin-off.
different anime. It's a completely
It's
different
a
anime.
Demon
Yeah.
Lord retry.
Oh no, I know it is a completely different anime, but there are some interesting characters, such as Killer Queen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's weird. I don't know how they're able to do that, but a lot of these series are called spin-offs just because they have similar names. I don't know if that's a thing that happens. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing that happens a lot, or if that's just something that happens because we're so used to seeing things, different names now. They're like, oh well, Demon Lord, Demon Lord, Demon Lord, Demon Lord. It's like, well, it's just a spinoff now. And people are looking for a season 2. It's like they're expecting a season 2 to come of this, and it was like, well, this wasn't related to this at all. We're just going to call it a spinoff.
Yeah, a lot of things inspire someone to make a story. Sometimes turns out better than. So you could consider previous spin-off.
Yeah. What else do we have here? I have a list of talking points here. Do we want to talk about anything we've watched recently, or anything that we want to watch coming up soon for maybe the next podcast?
Huh.
Recently, I have been watching an old anime called City Hunter, and I've kind of been talking about it a little bit. Oh, the anime Babylon. I don't know anything about Babylon other than the seventh wonder of the world. So you're gonna have to educate me a little bit on Babylon.
I'm reading about it now.
I haven't.
The Not Fate Babylon. Okay. I'll have to take that into consideration. Not Fate Babylon.
Is it this one? Oh,
Not Babylonia. Baloney. I did send
I think it's that one. I don't know.
I did send someone no, I sent Asu'a a list of anime that we could possibly watch in the coming future for this podcast, and I just wanted to get some input from you guys on maybe some of the stuff we could watch. I was thinking maybe Apodi. I gotta type it in here. So this one here, Upot. I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm a scrub lord, which I believe is, if I remember correctly, is about arms dealers. Yeah, it's about arms dealers. It's pretty. It looked interesting, honestly.
Oh
Basically,
yeah,
they yeah. Let's see. All the students in the school are humanized assault rifles, so it's kind of like Girls Frontline.
Yeah, basically, and for
We also
they
have
battle each other. There's not
Demi-chan
actual war going.
Wakaranari, which is I've heard really good things about Demi-chan Wakaranari, and I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, and it looks really, really good. I've seen a couple of clips from it. Obviously, you've seen the Moshi 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 clip a bunch of times because it's amazing, and I love that clip a lot. But I have you guys seen that other than Mathor here, who's spamming emotes from Demi-chan in the chat?
I've seen Demi-chan, but what were we asking? So the scene?
To watch it for the anime review podcast.
I should have time.
I
It's
don't
exam
find
week,
much
but
interest in slice of life. Consider
There was also what was it? The Order is a Rabbit. Now this came out, I think, really recently. Yeah.
2 years ago.
No,
Really?
I'm wrong.
2014
I'm very wrong.
is the original.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Tankobon, like the expansion volumes, I guess. But apparently, this has become very popular.
Yeah, it's got a third season coming up in 2020.
Yeah. So, have we seen it? Everybody here, have we seen it? Are we gonna consider watching that at some point?
One episode, and I'm not really.
I actually haven't seen it. I wouldn't be against watching it, but I haven't watched it.
Then Urara Mirocho, I don't know. The one with the one character with the red ribbons. Oh, is there an English name?
Is it the one about the 3 high school girls in the city?
Yeah. Yes. Occult fiction. Book of Urara.
Oh, I was thinking of a different show which has a similar name, but I've seen this one too. Yeah.
And then I was also thinking about City Hunter, which is one that I'm watching now, and I haven't gotten around to finishing, and I really like it. It's an older, much older anime. So I think it's from 1980. No, that's not right. Now, 85 was when they wrote the manga. I gotta find the right listing here. But it's one of my favorites right now. 87 was when they did it. And if I can pull that up. There it is. Ta-da! There it is. It is one of my favorite things right now. The characters are great. Obviously, it is a lot longer than what we just watched in terms of episodic, stuff. But we could definitely, you don't have to watch all of it if we are gonna decide to watch that. And, well, yes, I know, because there's 4 seasons.
Oh, I'm in the middle of a JoJo binge right now. I don't know if I'm.
I I think after I watched JoJo, I went straight into City Hunter, and I think I'm still there for that. Which, speaking of JoJo, and I know Atago, do you watch JoJo at all?
Yeah, but fourth
No,
kind
it
of
just it was a very regretful. Just yeah.
yeah, because like the third season, based off of actual season, not how other people consider it. The third season was like really strong, but then they dropped the fourth season. I'm like, this isn't really interesting.
You mean like how Stardust
Diamond is
Crusaders?
unbreakable.
Oh, Diamond is Unbreakable. Oh, okay, yeah, because combining Battle Tendency and
Yeah, I
and
don't
Blood.
put those two.
I'm not caught up, so let's not spoil a lot, okay?
Oh yeah, or what part are you on so we cannot spoil it?
So I only just recently started my JoJo binge, so I'm only on episode, what is it? 4.
Bruh.
Episode 4. Well,
Yeah,
I'll tell
so
you
you know.
this much. Dio doesn't like JoJo for some reason, and I don't know why. That's
Oh, I got to the part where he like got the vampire powers or whatever, and he like burned in the house fire. Well, he didn't actually burn. We definitely know he escaped.
Goodbye, JoJo. That's about the only important part from those first like 4 episodes or something.
hmm
Pretty sad that that's more important.
I agree, person in the background. I've also been watching a lot of sports manga or sports anime lately, and it's really been tying me out of every single other series I've been watching. I watched what was it? Diamond No Ace, Ace of Diamond. And as somebody who actually plays baseball, uh, it's fairly accurate. It's really good, and I would definitely recommend it to somebody who wants to watch a very good, accurate sports anime, especially like a good baseball one, if that's what you're into. So 10 out of 10 for that on my scale. Although it's kind of easy to get a 10 out of 10 for me, I guess. Anything you guys have seen recently that's kind of blown you out of the water in terms of visual style or music or anything like that?
Well,
Mm,
this may be completely biased, but like when I first started shredding, I tried watching Contact Collection or Conco, however you say it, whatever.
we know what you're
And
trying
I
to say.
thought, yeah, I really think much of it didn't stand out, but as I come back to it, it was pretty good for, in my opinion. Still, whatever, but there are obvious uses of CGI which aren't heavily used, but it's not obvious, but it's not that. Some people may say CGI is bad, but it's battles.
Oh no, CGI is fine, but I think people say CGI is bad because they've seen what Dark
Bad
Horse
CGI
or
is.
Yeah,
they saw bad CGI with Berserk, where characters are just walking in a T pose across the screen. That's I wish I could say that's an exaggeration, but there have been episodes of Berserk that are so bad I wish I could bleach my brain. New
but the
new Berserk is terrible. If you want to watch Berserk, watch the old Berserk from 1997. It is the
Yes,
best
Studio Orange does good for CGI.
Studio Orange does amazing CGI. Um, uh,
but
there was
what
oh, what was that? What was up?
but what I find the best is well, not the best, but a really good point. The opening, the scene. When I hear about the hype of the Azure, because it's kind of like to overshadow, even though, in my opinion, much better. Why do I? I'm just you got.
Yeah, there is one anime that I actually did watch recently, and I watched it purely because it was in my watch list for a very long time. I was like, I might as well just get around to watching it now. It was Dagashi Kashi, and I am
That is
so glad
definitely good.
that I watched it because the opening is great, the ending is great, the content is great, the animation is great, the characters are great, the story is great, the plot, everything about it is just great, and I love it. Uh, you know, it's rare that I find something that I actually enjoy for like not just the characters, but because I'm a sucker for like good music and shows in an anime and just in stuff in general. And the I think it was called Checkmate. It's so good. Like if you want to hear a good opening for an anime, I would implore you to look up Dagashi Kashi opening because it is one of the most beautiful things you will ever hear in terms of an anime opening. It is so well composed, and I love it. It's great. To answer your question, no, I have not seen Monogatari, and I don't plan on seeing it because the watch order is unbelievable, and
Bizarre.
yeah, and I can't figure out a good way to see it to get all the episodes in my possession without like going from like 3 different platforms to another. It's the same thing with Fate. Like you have to go from one platform to another platform, and I'd rather just sit down and watch like a 10. I'm not gonna torrent. Torrenting kills my laptop. I do not have a good laptop. I don't have the budget to get a good laptop right now. I could use Kiss Anime, but I'm tired of the ads.
I get that.
Yeah, like play a video.
You
Play
won't
button.
last.
Pop up.
You won't last 5 minutes playing this game.
Make sure to close the door when playing this game.
I
Delete
did
your
find an
yeah.
ad block script somewhere, but I lost it, and I'll have to find it again. But it does run on that website, and you have to there's a special plugin or something. But I'll find it again, and I'll share it with you guys, and it's great. It worked for a little bit, and then I uninstalled it because I'm a dumbass. But I'll find it again.
I mean, I mostly watch my shows on Crunchyroll, but
Oh, Crunchyroll for the fancy babies.
oh no, I don't pay for Crunchyroll. I borrow a friend's account.
Crunchyroll. Also, yeah, I have like a fascination with like shonen stuff, I guess, because all of the stuff that I initially got into in terms of anime was like City Hunter and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Fist, especially Fist of the North Star. I think Fist of the North Star was the one thing that really um, got me into anime in the first place. Like the movie for Fist of the North Star that came out in 1987. I watched it with one of my friends, and he was like, there's a show for this, like a whole series. And I was like, is it really? And he showed it to me, and I watched the whole thing in like 3 days. I'm not even kidding. It was very good. I love it. This is North Star is one of my favorite things in the world. But that whole genre is one of my favorite things. Is sort of just the beat 'em up of anime, where you just beat the shit out of somebody until they're incoherent, and then you just steal their soul or something.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Let's see. I could find the thing that I
one
just.
anime
Oh, sorry.
anime that I really want to watch manga of, but due to license manga,
Which one?
A Dark Rabbit has 7.
The
Mostly
Dark
'cause
Rabbit.
I really the
Sorry about
drawing
that.
style.
Cause I have to find. But yeah, I think because before I even knew about anime, or before I even knew about this kind of stuff, I think I was more into just like graphic novels in general and that kind of stuff. And then I was roped into anime and manga and all that kind of stuff. And the most expensive anime related product I've ever bought was the Berserk Deluxe Edition, which was $50. I think that's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. It's well worth the money, I do have to say. But yeah, I believe that is. I have invested. If that's what is that times?
All right.
Oh well, that's easy math because I only have 10 volumes, so that's 100. Yeah, I've easily invested $140 into a single series of manga. So there's that as well. Yeah. I think that might be the most expensive thing. Which, by the way, I'm gonna advertise this real quick. Murcielago, spelled like the same way as that one Lamborghini car, bat in Spanish. Made by a guy named Yoshi Murakami. One of the best mangas I have ever read. The art style is absolutely smooth as butter, and the storylines are just flat out phenomenal. I don't know how else to explain it. It's amazing. And the fact that more people haven't heard about it is shocking. But I love it because the characters are great and the whole story is great. Mostly because there's like 4 interchangeable plot lines that he can use, and he writes it in a way that's just so entertaining. And I follow him on Twitter, and he has one of the best Twitters I've ever seen, where he just like tweets his characters or tweets just things that he's thinking about, or just random shit sometimes. Like he's just a funny dude. But I would definitely, if you're looking for a good, I would also have to preface this by saying it is, I guess, post-face this because I'm so far into this talk about Murcielago that it is a mature rated manga, meaning it has the M stamp on the back and explicit content, whatever. It's definitely like a 16, 17 plus year old manga for 17-year-olds or something like that. Adult content is definitely in there, the likes of which it's pretty graphic. But the character depth and just it's great. I love it. There's a lot there. There's a lot to go around, and it's one of my favorite mangas that I've ever read. And I've actually found it through the server, funnily enough. So that was one of the greatest things I've ever found was through here.
I mean, I'm not purchasing them, but the Blu-ray set for Azure Lane, it comes with, I think, 2 episodes, and it's $83 Canadian.
Oof.
That's for 2 episodes.
Oh, wait, it's 83 for 2 episodes?
Yeah. So
What?
$40 per episode. I know. Azure Lane,
so here,
you crazy.
Oh, that's
So here's.
I don't know why.
I'll post a picture in the chat that we have here of the main character from the manga named Kuroko Komori, who is by far one of my favorite characters from any series that I've ever read about, mostly because she is just a phenomenal character, both in depth and in humor, because she does things that I've never seen any character do before, because the author's not afraid to do whatever he feels like with his characters. This is from, I think, Volume 2. It's quite great, I gotta say. I'm quite a huge fan of his work. He's just a funny guy. I love it. You know, I think the most just that's the reaction we get. Just But I think the most important thing about this is, you find things sometimes, and I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just a fun series. I love it. I was gonna say something meaningful, but I have nothing to say about it. I just love this series. It's just lewd and violent and grotesque and funny and dark. I love it. It's everything. It's everything I love.
I
And
can buy 13
you can buy 13 what?
manga. The Rabbit has $100.
Yeah, meanwhile, I can buy 2 episodes of Azure Lane for 80.
But
That
wouldn't be
still
able to
is
understand it.
like, who is gonna go out of their way to buy? It's like.
Actually, funny thing is, they've sold a lot of it, which is.
I'm imagining someone's just like, hey, I'll take 2 episodes. All right, that'll run you about $83. Okay.
They want to buy the whole series? That's a lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money. It's a whole lot of loonies for you. That's why they call Canadian money loonies, because you're out of your mind if you're going to spend $83 on 2 episodes of a cartoon.
Yeah, so I did the math, and if you were to buy all 6 volumes, so all 12 episodes, that's $500 before tax and shipping.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Yeah,
You are out of your mind if you are actually going to pay for that.
Yeah.
Tell me you're not going to pay for that.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
I'll just watch the free anime on Kiss Anime.
Insane bastard.
Bruh.
I'll watch the Azure Lane anime while playing the Azure Lane game. It's big brain play.
That is a big brain play. I will admit. That is quite the big brain play.
What's your big brain play?
Playing Azure Lane while watching Azure Lane. That's my big brain play.
No, that's the hentai, big hentai play, more like it.
No, that's when you have the third phone open, and that one's reading doujins for Azure Lane.
Speaking of doujins, I am a degenerate, and I think you guys know what I'm going to start talking about here.
I'd love to listen, actually, but I'm out of time.
Oh, we're out of
I think
time.
from reading chat, we are well aware that everyone here is a fucking degenerate.
Does that mean we're out of time?
I'm out of time. I don't know about you guys. Like, if you guys want to keep going or not, but I have to get ready for work now.
Oh, keep going, dude. What are you, fucking dirty?
Atago,
So
we're
let's
gonna
continue.
keep going?
Yes, keep. Oh no, none of that.
Oh. Even the bot called you out.
Well, no, Atago, are we gonna keep going for this, or are we gonna end it
Sure.
here? Alright. So,
All right, I'll see you guys
all right,
See ya.
we will see you on the next episode.
for sure.
Yeah. So I have a fun thing that I have lying around on my bookshelf, and I'm gonna post my manga shelf here and see if you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about.
Hold on, let me see.
What it is I'm talking about. I'm just gonna try and ramble at the same time because I'm obviously that skilled at multitasking where I can talk. I'm just gonna be senselessly talking.
So
Can you
I'm
fucking
not
talk at the
aware
same
of your
time? I'll
dojo.
be the oh shit, I'm lagging.
All right, let me know if you can see it. I don't know. I think it's loading in now, although I don't really know.
You heard? Oh, who quit? Oh, how do you fucking pronounce this name? Atago? Atago.
I think it's sending. I don't know. It's loading very slowly. Anyway, yeah, Rev did upload a video the other day where he did talk about metamorphosis, and that was funny.
Oh,
That was big funny, haha, a big funny degenerate joke. But you know, there's oh, there it is. We
you like
that's
pink-haired anime girls, don't you?
but we there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to that series, especially with the limited amount of cropped images he was showing, um because it is a very uh, I don't know, it's unique. The
Brother,
dojo is unique. I'll leave it at that.
is your brain toasted? Wait, let me
No,
fucking
I'm
pause.
trying to come up with the words. It's a very unique dojin, to say the
Oh,
least.
Don't
I can
sugarcoat
never
it.
take dojin seriously.
Don't.
Were you talking about the devil is a part-timer before?
Well,
Yes.
point we're just
Right now we are. Let's see. So for next week, I think we will have to do some discussion in the intermediate time on what we might end up watching, just to see if we want to see anything else or if there's going to be anything different coming in the future. But what the fuck is Babylon? Whoa, what is Babylon, dude? What is Babylon? Who is Babylon?
Who?
Fate, dude. Fate Grand Order, absolutely.
Oh,
Fate Grand Order, the anime. I love to spend,
oh,
dude. I'm gonna spend
oh
all of my
god.
money on gacha spin.
Oh, so you're going to that hellish pit.
You know it. I also did recently watch Akira, which was Akira. What is there to say about Akira? It's great. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. I think Akira is one of the best anime movies, if not the best anime movies to have ever been made and exported to America and internationally.
Wait, better than your
That
name?
isn't like a Ghibli film.
Do you know a silent
Just because
voice?
it's different. It's got like biker gangs and death and universe creationism, and it's different in a lot of ways than most things were willing to be back then. I don't know. I really liked it. I really did.
Wait, let me see. Did it come out before? What was his name? Fuck, I forgot. Genesis.
I think. Oh, what's up?
Ooh, pink.
I'm just looking up the name. Can't remember.
I think
Something
we might
Genesis.
be running out of discussion topics. Yeah.
No, not really. Your mic is fucking shitty
So
and
we're
I'm
coming up
lagging
on
a
the
lot.
hour mark right about now. So I think this might be a
Oh,
good place to stop the
Evangelion.
first
That's
week
right.
of the actual first week of our podcast here. So it's actually, I would call this a general success. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think if we can find another anime to maybe talk about next week, this could be a long-standing episodic thing that we do here, and I could really enjoy doing this. Just me? Alright.
No, I agree.
I'm just gonna bully you. Don't worry about it. So yeah, with that being said, my name is Gurgler, and I'm gonna speak for Majormusicnerd since he's gone. And Atago is also here,
Yep.
I believe. So we're gonna say goodbye for the first week of our weekly anime review podcast. We'll see you next week.
See ya.